Let's go ahead and end now with Bitcoin still holding above that 6,000 level after bouncing yesterday, down about 70%, however, from those December highs. So, Jim, you're saying sell the cryptocurrency here. What are the levels?
70%. 70%. That's a lot
I mean,
of percents.
how low can
I
it
see
go?
no reason. I don't see a reason to jump in now. The trend is your friend. I do want to see a little bit of weakness first, and we talk about this style a lot. If it trades down to 60-60, I think that's enough weakness for me to be interested from the short side there with a target of 54.60 on the downside and a stop place back above 63.60.
We talk about not selling into holes, but nonetheless, this is 70% off its high from December. But my point right
you
here...
would have said that down 20% too, though, right?
No doubt. I was a little tongue-in-cheek there. Hang with me there. He's getting a little old. Doesn't get all my jokes, Jackie. But at this point in time, I'm more excited about selling a break of 6,000. They have defended, this Bitcoin community has defended the 6,000 mark quite well. So do I want to be a seller right here at 60-60? No. Do I get the technical component under 6,500? Yes.
This is something I've never said before, but that's a great point by Jeff Tilburg. I do think that if it trades below 6,000, you might get a little of a boost. So this might be the kind of trade that you add to if it goes below 6,000.
Is this all technical, Jim, at this point, or are you worried about anything specific like regulation? Those headlines seem to have an impact.
Right, but I've been worried. The fundamental, I've been talking about the fundamental reasons to not respect Bitcoin at $20,000 for 6 months. And I worry about regulation. I worry about hacking. I worry about governments. Governments don't want a decentralized currency. So I don't see how this could be something that's long-term going to be huge. I get blockchain technology and I dig it.
Losing control.
Well,
they're not going to like it and they're going to fight it.
Not respecting it at 20,000 is one thing. Not respecting it at the 6,000 level is a little bit of a different story. I mean, do you see this thing going to zero?
Yeah. No, that's a great point that you make, too. But I just think that markets tend to overreact in both directions. And I think they'll take it probably lower than it's supposed to go. And I think this is part of the process. And again, maybe 6,000 is what they defend. I'm just saying I look at that chart and it was a one-way street up and now it's a one-way street down. And I'm not going to be the guy who tries to catch the falling knife.
You know, as part of sort of a little bit more of a balanced portfolio, Jeff, do you even like trading Bitcoin? Do you want to include it at this point? Or is there a part of you that wants to just sit back and say, I want to watch this and see what some of the technicals do?
Two separate questions there. A balanced portfolio, I would not incorporate a Bitcoin allocation. Trading portfolio, yeah, there's a lot of volatility here. And if you have the ability to be disciplined, yes, you can incorporate Bitcoin, either the one coin contract, which is the CBOE, or the big boy contract here at the CME group. So to answer your question, yes and no. But I think it provides a lot of volatility. But I think right here, right now, there's a lot of people looking to allocate. They've been waiting for these applications to be cleared on platforms, and they have access now to Bitcoin. Is everyone being a little tentative at 6,000? Absolutely, yes.
They have access to it, but Jim, there's also competition out there, companies like Litecoin as well. Are they going to siphon some of Bitcoin's share?
Well, of course. I've always thought that Bitcoin had the advantage of being like the first one out of the gate. And then when the two futures contracts were launched, that validated that thesis. I've never thought...
using Bitcoin technology with the actual
No, but I'm saying that they were declared and blessed as the winner of all the cryptocurrency battle. And there's different cryptocurrencies that have different characteristics that might bite into this. I think that cryptocurrencies are here to stay, and blockchain is definitely here to stay. But nobody's ever really proven to me of how this is going to translate into one having such great value. I just don't get that yet. And until I do, I'm not going to be a buyer.
Jeff?
That's tough to refute, Jackie. They're still in the early stages, right? This contract's only been up and trading since December. So as we're in the first or second inning here, I am a big believer in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of these other names, as well as the blockchain itself. But price discovery mode is the biggest understatement of 2018. This has been quite the wild ride. However, I do not think Bitcoin is going to give up its leadership anytime soon.
Just to clarify, Jim, I'm going to take it back to you. Would the introduction of those futures hurt Bitcoin?
Yeah, it did. I think initially the announcement that they were going to be launched created this buzz that boosted up the price. The actual launch itself, the buy the rumor, sell the fact thing that we always talk about, plus the added thing of it made it easier for holders of Bitcoin to hedge their risk, and the natural hedge of their risk is to sell it. So all of a sudden we bought it up into that announcement, and then all of a sudden it lost that zeal, and it was absolutely a Beanie Baby type bubble. I took a tremendous amount of heat for that, but there's no question it was a bubble of 20 grand. And when we started taking the air out of it, we took it out in a hurry.
All right, let's get the risk reward in this trade, guys. Jim is selling the CBOE Bitcoin futures 60.60. He's targeting a move down to 54.60. In this trade, risking 300 to make 600. Hey traders, did you like that video? There's more where that came from. Scroll down and click on the links to the right of your screen. We publish new videos and trade updates from our experts every day. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter @CNBC Futures Now.